Hello, it's Ricardo and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. A lot of people have been asking me, hey, Ricardo, do you know the difference between the standard, the Stellar, and the Galactic versions of this Type 11 Prospector? And I said, well, do you know what? What a good idea for a video. So I thought we'd go through it. Why not? So here we are with the standard edition. What do we get? Well, standard edition. What do we get? Well, I'll tell you. Look at that. Not much. So the top speed of this is 271 meters per second. Boost speed, well, you can read all this for yourself in game. It's not going to set anything alight, right? Any races. FSD, standard range with your 5E frame shift drive. A respectable 13.41 and laden 15.81. Okay, so all this is fair enough. What you get? Well, as you expect, you get the pulse lasers. You get two small pulse lasers, and you can see the slots we've got here. That large is for your nice repeating mining lasery volley thing, right? That everyone's raving on about. You've got the lightweight alloy 6E. All of the things with a 5C fuel tank with a capacity of 32. Confirmed now you get 4 utility mounts, and also with the optional internals it gives you a 5E shield generator in a 6 slot, 2 5E cargo racks, 32 capacity there in the 6 slot, advanced docking computer, super cruise assist, and advanced planetary approach suite. That's what you get. Basic ship. Do with it what you will. If you want to be early access, if you're inclined to get something like this, perhaps you're an avid miner, you might be, then, you know, this could be a really good entry point for you. Moving on, however, to the next one on our list, which is that of the Stellar ship, right? This is my current ship that I'm currently messing about with. This is the Stellar version. As you can see with the Stellar version, slightly more ARX to buy this. However, you do get a fully populated board of modules, really. Nothing else to say about that. You got 3 pulse lasers, the mining volley repeater in the large slot. Dedicated stuff, like, you know. You get a multi-cannon. Why? Why did you get a multi-cannon? Right? Abrasion blaster. Seismic charge launcher, and a subsurface displacement missile launcher. Now, if it was me, right, I would say, well, let's have a mining laser in there then, on the multi-cannon. Why have I got a multi-cannon? I'm not going to go and fight any wars in this thing. Anyway. Again, 1C lightweight alloy. You got 6A then, with the exception of a life support and sensors. Okay. And this gives you an unengineered FSD range. 22.68 unladen. It's not bad, is it? You get a pulse wave analyzer, point defense, heatsink, shield booster. Nothing you can't go out and get yourself. There's nothing funky here, right? You're just getting it all pre-populated. But if you keep this as its configuration, 0 rebuy. And it's something like 15% on the engineered module cost anyway. So, something to consider if you're happy with this configuration. Me? Well, you know, don't know what I do with that, to be honest. As good as anything. It's a multi-cannon, I suppose. Moving on. Cargo racks, all filled up. 5E, 6E. Then you've got that 5A Mark II mining multi-limpet controller, which gives you prospectors, and it gives you collector limpets. Alright? You get an F5D fighter hangar. A lot of people have said, why a fighter hangar? Why? Why? I've never had the need to have a fighter in a mining ship. Well, perhaps there's some gameplay coming that you may need this. There's a 4A shield generator. I suppose you could downgrade that, but then, you know. 3A refinery. Now, I would have had a 4A refinery in there, see. That's what I would have done. Anyway, 2A fuel scoop, because you've got to scoop some fuel. Surface scanner, another Prospector limpet controller, right? And Yeah, you got it. The Advanced Planetary Approach Suite. Which is good stuff, don't you think? Okay then, moving on. Oh, yeah, of course, I forgot something, didn't I? I did forget something. If we go into the livery section, then on the Stellar version, what you get is Excavation Red. And then you also get the Prospector Owners Club decal, like what you get on the Standard, apparently. And then if you look at the ship kits, you get a hardline spoiler. Looks very sort of like Hazard ship kitty to me. But it's basically lots of scaffolding stuck all over your ship to give it that more industrial feel. So there you go. And it's a Taipan there, look. Just in case you were wondering what a Taipan was. Yeah. Okay. So there you go. And you get that fighter. Don't forget to tell your crew member to get on this ship. Or you'll be flying solo. Anyway, back into the shipyard. And we'll take a look at what's going on with that Galactic edition. And he said Stellar, but we've already spoken about the Stellar. Here it is. Galactic edition. Well, the first thing you'll notice, you get that holographic embellishment, that holographic kit that you can put over any paint job that you get with this ship. Looking at the stats right there, again, fully populated, just like it is with the Stellar version. There's no differences here. It's exactly the same group of modules. Nothing's been engineered. Okay? Nothing's been engineered. So, if we use this ship, there it is. Of course, you get that flashy paint job. If you look at the flashy paint job and we go into the livery section, there's a slot for it. So we click on the Type-11 Prospector. You get the Demolition Crimson this time. That's the excavation one you get with the Stellar. Demolition Green, Dark Green, Yellow, Cyan, and Crimson. All depending on what you want, right? So if you go for, you know, different colours, does the red really go with that? I don't think it really does. Looks a bit bolted on. But how do you equip that? Well, if we look at the ship kits section of stuff, you've got all the hazard spoilers, hazard wings, and you get a few different options with this as well, right? You know, different things, different noddies you can add, all up to you. But at the bottom, you've got hologram. And I dare say we're going to see this slot appear for all the other ships as well over time, where you can apply that hologram. Chevron Holo Kit. No different colours, nothing. It's just red. It's a Chevron Holo Kit. So, if this sort of thing is important to you, it does look whizzy for the first one. And if you've got a favourite ship, and Frontier do bring these holo kits on for the rest of the ships, then to be honest with you, then this is the sort of thing for you. Very sort of like zero cost rebuy for this. And you're getting a few other sort of like cosmetic embellishments with it. Because you get everything that you get with the Stellar on the Galactic version. If, however, you don't give a stuff about all of this, then this might be just an added expense. Whereas people were even balking at the cost of the Stellar versions. Again, there's no engineered modules on this. The extra money is for perhaps, say, you know, the extra ship kit. You get the hazard and the hardline, right? And you do get extra paint jobs, or at least I've got extra paint jobs on this test version, whereas I got a long list of different colours. Of course, you get the one that you get with the Stellar, which is excavation, and then they've given me these options here. Whether you get that or not is completely up to you. Quite like the green, actually. So the question is, what are you going to get? Standard, Stellar, or Galactic versions? I don't know. And are those holo kits going to become available in the store? Again, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So, Standard, Stellar, or Galactic? Which one will you choose, Commanders? If any. Or will you just wait for this ship to be in game? Interesting to know your thoughts on this. I'll see you soon.